Hello, Aries. Welcome to Max's Tarot. This is a love reading for you for the second half of teen. So it's from the 15th to the 30th. It's a general love reading, so not everything that I will say is going to make sense to you. Take what you feel is for you, and what is not is probably meant for someone else watching the video. If you would like insight into your own situation with your own love interest, then I highly recommend a personal reading, and you can visit maxestarot.com to book your reading and get the answers that you're looking for. Do me a favor, you guys, and hit like, subscribe to my channel, leave comments at the end of the video, and share this on social media. Those things really do help me a lot, and I really thank you so much in advance. All right, let's see what's going on with Aries in love, second half of teen. All right, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Wands, your card, Aries. Nine of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. And the overall energy here is the Eight of Cups. So we have, Nine of Cups. 8, 9. Death card, okay. Ooh. All right, so Aries, you'll be dealing with someone who's got Scorpio in their chart. Another fellow fire sign, so Aries, like yourself, Sagittarius or Leo. And I think I also saw an Aquarius here, but the person that you're dealing with could be any other sign, of course. So wow, the nine, I don't know why I keep saying the Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a very good card because it talks about some sort of achievement in love that you're pretty happy with. All right. Some people call it the wish fulfillment card, but I think it's the wish fulfillment of, feeling happy being alone, not necessarily feeling pressed to be with anybody, or how can I say, be in a committed relationship. So if your desire has been to be happy being single, then yes, I will say the Nine of Cups is one of those cards that point to that, just as the Nine of Pentacles as well. Okay, those are two cards for me that really show that somebody is finding it all right to be, dating or not necessarily in something committed, right? So some of you, Aries, be finding yourselves, happy, satisfied, not having necessarily a committed partner, right? Maybe you're just really glad that the person you're spending time with is chilling and not necessarily pushing for some sort of serious commitment. That could also be it, right? So that's really, really good energy. All right. Now, some of you be, like I said before, dealing with someone who's got Scorpio in their chart, right? I don't see this necessarily as being your energy. I feel this is somebody else that you're putting behind you. And you're in the process of putting this person behind you, or this person is trying to put you, like, in the back burner, or they're not done with you, all right? Maybe they're taking some sort of pause, or they're finding it very hard to move on from you. So it could mean different things. But for me, very strongly, this is someone who may still want to connect with you, but you're like, no thanks. I am very happy being single. I am very happy just the way I am. That's just how it is, right? But somebody feels like there are unfinished business with you. Could be an ex, of course. Could be someone that you dated and they're still trying to chase after you, okay? So some of Aries folks out there may be dealing with some sort of this energy. For some of you, you were able to regain access to somebody who perhaps in the past it was difficult to connect with. It hasn't been resolved. It hasn't necessarily been something that is leading to commitment or to a stable relationship. But you're pretty satisfied with the progress you've made, not letting someone completely go, or this is how someone is feeling about you. Okay, they're like, okay, Aries is still in the radar, so that's great. I don't want to necessarily lose them, and I want them to know that I'm also in the radar. Okay, that's what I'm getting also as a message. past situation here, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Wands. There was an opportunity that you didn't chase after. You didn't want to go for it here. Could have been an opportunity for commitment, but you're just feeling so good right now, being single or not necessarily serious with anybody, that, you why commit if you're not having to deal with relationship drama, right? Because we all know that, there's always a honeymoon period. When we meet somebody, it feels magical, supernatural, is a great phenomenon. God, I connected with this person, we're having a great time, we share the same passions, and it's just beautiful, right? This is probably the most beautiful moment you're going to have with that person in your whole life. But it does pass, right? It's a honeymoon period that doesn't last that months or even years, right? I mean, ideally, it should always be a honeymoon period with anyone you're with, but let's be realistic. There are ups and downs in life, and so the wonderful feeling of meeting someone fades away, and then sometimes the drama comes in, and the cheating, and the deceit, and the boredom, right? All the things that married people need to deal with. So for you, maybe you've experienced this in the past, and you're like, no, I don't want to go through that. Why be all committed when really in reality, just having that perpetual honeymoon period, being single can last forever, um, and all of us are going to find ourselves in that sort of energy at some point, right? Where we just don't want to see anybody. We don't want to commit. We just want to, we don't want drama, and we're just going to go have fun, right? And so I feel like opportunities have come and gone for you probably in the past few months or even years, where you could have chased after someone, but you didn't. Even though that person could have been very like an ideal partner, right? So I feel like here with the King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, either you didn't go after someone or you did go after someone, but for some reason maybe that person said no to you because they are the ones who are satisfied with their status. Okay. This is also chasing after somebody perhaps that once offered you some sort of relationship or some sort of gesture. Maybe looking back and saying, oh, I remember Charlie, from he really wanted me. Oh, I remember Angie, from 5, and she was always wanting something with me, right? So it could be, just it's something that you can't necessarily take, can take action on, right? You could, I mean, you go on Facebook and I don't know, pay a detective to find them and track them down for you, but you're like, you're like, nah, why, And so I feel like for some of you is, and I think it's got to do with Jupiter again and how the energies in astrology are influencing fire signs, specifically Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm a Leo. I've felt a certain amount of interesting energy in the past few weeks where I've thought about people in the past, but not necessarily took action to get them back or anything like that. So it could be that you're going through the same energy, Aries, where you're like, oh, I remember that opportunity, or I remember when I wanted to give some sort of commitment to someone, and it's more about looking back, because this King of Wands is looking back, you know what I mean? And he's looking back at something from, that didn't necessarily pan out. It was just an opportunity that was missed, or something that you didn't take action on. Okay. Could be that you're considering, maybe you're feeling ready to, give Angie that call, or Charlie, or Juanita, or whoever is, just giving them a ring and be like, hey, what's going on? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Let's meet up, right? Could be that you'll be feeling this need to connect as well, and that's why you're looking back, because you'll be feeling that there was something there, right? That you haven't necessarily feel like it's done. Okay, so that's another message for you guys out there. So here has the end of Pentacles, right? Two very good cards. Something has been in your mind, or you're being tormented by some sort of memory, or some sort of depression that you're dealing with. some sort of worry that was in your head regarding a committed relationship, right? So I feel like this is a reading for those of you who are not necessarily committed. And there's someone, there's this other messages here for some of you who have let go of some sort of worry or obtaining peace of mind regarding a committed relationship that you're in. Okay? Because the Ten of Pentacles doesn't necessarily just appear, you know what I mean, out of nowhere. There is a process to get to the Ten of Pentacles, right? You first need to be happy single, which I kind of see here. In order to get to the from the name to the it's like it's sometimes how things transition naturally, right? They unfold naturally, where you're feeling very happy as a single person, and finally you do meet the person that does pique your interest, and you decide to go to the altar or live together, right? And that at that point will be a situation, a Ten of Pentacles or a Ten of Cups situation, right? And here's another 9, right? So I feel like maybe for some of you who are single out there, and sometimes people say, why don't you do readings for single people? Well, just watch the reading, and there's maybe a message in there for you. It could be that you are going from the 9 to the 10 in mid, where you've been satisfied about how life is going, your the suitors that you have, and finally bang, you don't think about it too much, and there's somebody who piques your interest and could be a potential stable relationship here. Okay, could be the other person, somebody here has been wondering about you, haven't been able to let go here with the Death card in the reverse. They know you're in a good place, and maybe there's a certain level of acceptance in their part of saying, okay, well, I'm not going to worry about them anymore, because it's not like they're reaching out. So I wish them well in whatever commitment they're in, or if they're happy being alone. Okay, so again, it just feels, yeah, there's some people who can just leave you alone. Maybe there was someone here who was waiting for you to come back. They're like, oh, come back, baby, call me, I can't let this go, I need you, right? But as time goes by, you just don't reach out. So finally this person is like, okay, well, not going to be thinking about Aries anymore. I'm just going to let them live their lives. Or even they probably found somebody else, and now they're going to live their life, right? I'm trying to see, I feel like there's another message here. Yeah, I feel like there's an opportunity that you could definitely go for. Or there's some sort of action that could be taken for you to really solidify a situation with somebody, and you'll be getting that idea or that aha moment sometime in later, even early over, right? But it's beneficial, it's to your favor. Ace of Wands in the reverse with the 8 of Cups. Yeah, again, so I feel like it's someone from the past. They can't necessarily walk away. Maybe they're still waiting. There's some people here, they just be throwing themselves at you to have sexual intimacy with you as a way to get you back, right? There's some people who use their sexual energy, their seductive energy, to try to get someone to fall in love with them, right? Or eventually commit. Everybody has a way, right, to try to connect with somebody. So there may be someone like this in your life, or you are acting this way, right? Where you are trying to get somebody back by probably, having some sort of strong chemistry with them, and carrying it to the bedroom or to the hotel room, whatever. Definitely somebody wants to return, somebody wants this chance, and it's really, the ball is in your court to say, all right, well, I'll go for it. I'll say yes. But some of you don't feel the need to. You know what I mean? You're fine letting it go. You're fine letting them wait on you. You're fine having them hold their breath. Because someone definitely doesn't want to walk away from the chance of having a relationship with you. I mean, I see that twice with the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Someone definitely wants this connection with you. But so some of you are actually quite happy already in a committed relationship, or you're just happy being single. Just I feel like I'm repeating myself. So let's see what else is going on. If you haven't done so yet, please hit like, subscribe to my channel, leave me comments. If you want a personal reading, please go to maxestarot.com. I'm recording this video on Friday the 13th. Okay, so I'll be curious to know when you watch this video what's going on for you. Okay, even if you're not watching it on the 13th, if you're feeling something watching this video. So I feel like it's kind of a interesting day to have, right? I don't really see a huge significance in terms of esoteric knowledge or the metaphysical concepts, but it's still kind of fun to think that there's something kind of strange that can happen on the 13th. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Oh, yeah. So again, someone here wants to continue fighting for this. They don't want to walk away. They want this connection. They be feeling left out in the cold. Or this is how you're feeling, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I think you're feeling pretty good about what you're doing, about where you're going, about what you have. But someone here is fighting. Be an earth sign individual, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or they feel like they're in competition, because if you already have a stable relationship, they're probably seeing your partner as the competition, right? But, we have 2 5s here, and 5s are challenge numbers, right? So one person in your environment is very unhappy, either because you're not giving them the time of day or because you're in another relationship already. They are trying to get your attention. They're trying to come back, right? But, whatever they're trying to do is not really panning out for them. It's not, you're like comfortable. You're like, no, I'm good. If I wanted to go for it, I would have gone for it already. So Aries, this is pretty good. It's like you're totally in control, even though the Emperor is not out here. We know the Emperor represents you, and the Emperor is always in control of the situation. So I feel like you're very much in control of whatever situation is going on in your love life right now. Like you have choices that you could make, and you have the power to be okay not making them. And I think that's totally awesome. Let's see what else. But someone here definitely wants to fight for your attention, fight for a committed relationship with you, fight for a connection with you. I'm not saying the person is bad or anything. But if you don't want it, right? And maybe you need to be direct with this person, whoever they are, and just be like, hey, dude, so yeah, I'm not interested, man. Like, sorry, like, stop calling me, stop texting me, stop trying to get my attention. It's just maybe what the other person really needs to hear to move on. Okay, it's not to be mean, but it's to have them really just understand that they need to move on. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Some of you, another Five of Pentacles. Well, we have the Five of Pentacles twice. So yes, someone definitely feels left out in the cold. They definitely feel like you don't give them the time of day, you don't contact them. They're coming to this realization that you probably are happy single, or that you really are happy in a relationship. And I feel like this person is going to make the decision to just turn around and stop trying to telepathically communicate with you, right? You'll be dealing with someone who can be a little bit over emotional, or this person has a drinking problem. Okay, this is this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpio energy, I feel. So some of you are definitely dealing with someone who's got Scorpio in their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. This person wants an opportunity. They want an in. They want to return. They want to build something with you, but you already got something else going on. It seems to me. Okay, so if you have nothing going on, I understand. Come back another time for another reading that is probably more geared towards your energy right now. But right now, it feels like this is a reading for somebody who really is in this energy of already being happy and single, like I said, or already in a committed relationship. And or it's reverse in Aries. You're the one feeling left out in the cold. Somebody's not giving you the time of day. Okay. If you'd like a personal reading, go to maxestero.com. Please hit like if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe to my channel. Watch your readings. I have a couple more for you in the video section of the channel. And Aries, I'll see you again next time. Bye.